Hi everyone, welcome to LING 324 Semantics. This is a course all about meaning. This is a quantitative course, and I will warn you the cue is very upfront and in your face. But don't worry, this course is designed especially for linguistics and especially for students who have not taken math in a long time, so do not fear. Anyways, this course meets on Fridays and Tuesdays. I will be hosting a live lecture on both of those days. However, attendance is completely optional. The lectures are all recorded, so you do not need to attend. However, I always recommend attending because if you have questions, I can address them immediately right on the spot, but they will be recorded, so do not worry. If you are going to attend the live lectures, you do not need to watch the rest of this video because I will be covering it all live. However, if you do plan on attending this course asynchronously, then continue watching as I go over the syllabus and everything else in this intro video. So, let's take a look at this. I will be hosting office hours Wednesdays from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m., but I also do appointments. So my schedule is on the homepage. Check it out. I can do appointments during any of the blank times. Do not be afraid of bothering me for those. I'm happy to do so. We also have a TA for the course who will be hosting office hours every week as well and doing appointments. At the time of recording, I do not know the hours yet, but those will be updated by the second week. There's no required textbook in this course, but there are some recommended texts below, and I also have the relevant lectures for each of these readings. So if you do want more information as we go through the lectures, please check those out. You can also ask me each week for some easy readings or extra practice, and I'm more than happy to help you out with that. Okay, there's some information on the stuff we're doing each week that you can check out, so feel free to look at that. As far as grading in this course is much heavier on practice exercises and assignments rather than tests, but we still do some tests in the course. So let me talk about each of these. This is a Q course. So one thing that's really important is that you get some practice, especially because there is mathematics in this course. So 10% of your grade comes from completing practice exercises on Canvas, and these are repeatable. And for each of these weeks that we do, there is one practice exercise that you get 5 attempts at. And the goal is to get 75% or higher. If you get 75%, you pass. You get full credit. If you do not get 75% after 5 attempts, then you have not passed. But that doesn't mean you failed. What that means is that there's something you haven't gotten, and you need to talk to me or the TA, book an appointment, and we need to work with you to make sure that you understand whatever you haven't understood yet and get you over that 75% range so that way you can make some progress and understand that material. So once you do that, we send you off with some more questions, we work with you on those exercises, then you can get above that threshold and you can pass. So these practice exercises are purely for your learning, and we expect that by the end of the course, you will pass all of these with our assistance. So you have 5 attempts at each practice exercise before you talk to us, but the reality is you have as many attempts as you want as long as you seek help. So 10% of your grade is really just trying to learn the material and failing until you succeed. However, sometimes you don't always have the time to make an appointment or finish all of these, so by the end of the course, you can miss or fail one of these practice exercises without any penalty. And if you happen to miss another one, you can go through the Linguistics Research Participation System, which you're probably familiar with by now, and you can miss or fail an additional practice exercise. Okay, the second big chunk are assignments. So assignments are 55% of your grade. There's only 6 of them in the course, and you can submit these in groups of up to 3 people. So these are all doable individually or groups of 2, but you can submit them in groups of 3 if you want. Now, there are 2 types of questions in these, and the assignments are a little bit different in this course than they are in other courses. So usually in other courses, you have assignments that build into tests, and tests contain usually the most challenging questions in the course. Well, in this course, it's a little bit different. Practice exercises lead into assignments. Assignments lead into tests, and then tests lead back into assignments. So assignments have learning and reinforcement questions. And these are your typical questions that you get that help you learn and understand the material by asking you to think about the questions and practice the things that we've done in lecture. So every assignment has learning and reinforcement questions that cover new material in the previous lectures. These prepare you for tests. These build on the practice exercises. Assignments also have understanding and extension questions. And these questions focus on past assignments, past tests. These are questions you haven't seen before. These talk about things from philosophy, discrete mathematics, graduate semantics, other types of problems, other scenarios that we haven't considered in much detail. So these are a little bit more challenging. These are things that I would normally put onto tests, but these are questions that are nice to have 7 days to think about. Things that are nice to come to office hours and talk to friends about. So, understanding and extension questions, they're a little bit tougher, but through my experience, you can do these. They're not worth as much as the learning and reinforcement questions, but consider these to be some of the most difficult things you can do in the course. Every assignment after the first one will have a couple of these, but this is really the main part of the course where you really learn and work with the material. So finally, the last bit are the tests. There are 3 tests in the course. They're all take home. They're all open book. You have 12 hours to start each test, and once you start the test, you have 50 minutes to complete it. All of the test questions are just like the learning and reinforcement questions. They're not meant to be difficult. They're not meant to be surprising. I give you a test guide a week in advance that tell you exactly what the questions will be. So that way, when you start the test, you know exactly what you have to do. And I've already given a little list here about which lectures each test will be on and how much they're worth. So everyone will get different tests. The questions are randomized, and they will all be marked. So that way, everyone is accounted for fairly in the end in case there are any major differences in difficulty. Okay, so that's how the grading is done in the course. The grading scale is listed above too. And then there's all this other course expectations, policies, and departmental things that you're probably familiar with being in linguistics. So that's the syllabus. The homepage, I update the homepage every week with what's happening so you know which lectures you have to do, what the practice exercises are, the assignments and tests. But if you want to take a look at the previous weeks, you can always click on the module section on the side and all the information will be there. So assignments, past exercises, the lectures, and so on. Now, in this course, each of the lectures also has its own page where I write out the material, while I re-summarize the material, give you new examples that are different from the lecture slides. So if we take a look, for example, at the inferences and semantic relations, we open up the slides here, I have some examples in the slides, and I also have some new examples and practice questions on the lecture pages. So there are some new questions and some solutions directly on the page that you can practice with. So if the lecture is not enough, there's some extra stuff on the pages that you can work with. And not every single section has its own questions, but most of them do. And that will continue throughout the entire course. Okay, so I think that's it for all. If you can fill out the background survey when you can, that would be fantastic. If you want to attend the lectures Tuesdays and Fridays, you can feel free to come and go as you please, or you can attend it asynchronously by watching the videos. All the videos will be in this lecture videos page on the home page. They may not be in the modules section each week, but they will be in the lecture videos page, along with the assignment solutions in the other videos section as they come up. Anyways, welcome to LING 324, and I hope to see you as the course goes on.